Hi there, Anthony from JCAD Pictures. I am the music director, co-director, arranger, so on and so forth. I will be doing question one for our evaluation, which is basically evaluating our entire film, looking at the different aspects which we took from other films to put into our own, as well as the conventions and the challenges that we have. First is the music. With music, we decided to use fast-paced, tense music, which is the case for many other thriller films, such as the music from The Dark Knight, which we took and rearranged for our chase scene, which adds to it and makes it more intense, therefore keeping the audience interested with the film. The famous director Hitchcock also uses very intense music that is used in many of his thriller films, which can help build up the suspense in a scene. Our music is parallel, which means it runs along with the scene. This is a convention used in many different thriller films because of the way it can make the audience feel the suspense of the scene. The film Jaws is a good example and one of my key points of inspiration when writing music. This is because the music gradually builds up over time, making the audience realise that something bad is going to happen, i.e. the shark attack. We did also have a peaceful scene in which we had a peaceful harmonic track. It helps create a contrast between the chaotic, intense scenes, which in turn will begin to make the audience ask questions about what is going on. Next is the characters. We had two key characters along with a supporting female character. Our antagonist is a pretty common bad guy, big, frightening, and his costume is a suit, which makes him appear as a mob boss character. He doesn't say anything through the whole opening, which can create a little bit of ambiguity within the film, making it unclear what his purpose is within the film. This is in fact a challenge to normal conventions, because usually the villain speaks to assert his power and dominance over the other characters. The wife of the hero is a typical damsel in distress, which the main hero must rescue. Like in the film Taken, our hero must go after the criminals to get her back. However, her character appears to be stronger and more self-sufficient than that of a normal damsel in distress. You can see this by the way she is supporting herself and her husband by cooking dinner when the husband comes in. Our protagonist is at the challenge and that of a typical hero. Firstly, he's a male and appears to have a skill in shooting and evasion, typical hero-like. But however, he does not appear as a strong character. he just doesn't look at it, if you know what I mean. This is like in the A-Team, where you first see Face, and you do not think of him as being the smart future leader as he appears at the end. The location is an isolated location near a wooded area. This is where we film the chase scene, as it is a typical thriller setting for a suspenseful scene. It also allows us to make the audience guess about what could happen next, as you cannot always see further into the area. Also, the area in the wood is already very dark, making the mood of the scene dark, worrying, and suspenseful. The remoteness of the area is typical for all thriller films, as it seems more realistic to normal life. The flashback takes you back to a peaceful, less intense home. This can in fact help us foreshadow future events because of the contrast that was created between the two scenes, as it goes from intense to calm. It can allow the audience to believe that in this home, something bad is about to happen. The peaceful scene is located in an urban area, but it can seem to be a little more rural, empty. Next up is the setting. The film is set in Slovakia, a country just west of Russia, as this is where the wife is taken to by the villains. This can create a sense of tension as they appear in a dangerous setting, whereas in the peaceful scene it is a setting in which there is no danger, so it makes the audience ask questions. This can also show the audience that they have a goal to get, as they have a life that they want to get back to, as well as protecting their unborn son. The flashback scene is set in England and Essex, as it just seems simple and ordinary, so people in the audience will be able to relate to their life in this safe haven that is their home, until they are found and their life is turned upside down. Mise en scène, or mise en scene, I don't know how you say that. We used in our film all the aspects of mise en scène, as it would make our film more realistic and would make the audience think that it could happen in real life and could even happen to them. We used a BB gun, which looks like a real gun, to cause no harm to anyone on set. Soup was used as the dinner to make it look like a quick late night meal, which could help show that something is starting to go wrong, as it is silent at the table as well while they eat, and that life is about to go downhill, although the soup did look rather disgusting. The costumes also can help portray their status in life and the film. At the start, the protagonist is wearing a suit, or in the flashback even the protagonist is wearing a suit, whereas in the chase he is not. So it can sort of portray how he's lost everything, but is rushing to gain it all back. Again, similar to A-Team, how they lose everything, their respect, their reputation, but in the end they fight to get it all back, which can make the unlikeliest person become the leader of that team. Camera shots. We used our camera shots from the ones we liked in our research, which were really good at making scenes come together. We used a point of view shot during the chase scene so that the audience could feel the tension and suspense, as well as the fear of the character. We tried to use a tracking shot, but it was not very successful, as the shot was too shaky and we did not really have the right equipment to make a clean tracking shot. So that did not make the final cut. We did use, however, a unique speed zoom-in shot to show the audience the shot of the character, who the bad guy is. Like in the scene in Dark Knight Rises, where Banes first appeared, the director used a slower zoom than we did, in which can help establish who the villain is of the entire film. Storyline, the main whole storyline of it all. Our storyline is that of a typical thriller, but with a twist. It has the typical hero, villain, damsel in distress, as I stated in the characters. The storyline follows the protagonist, who's called Jason, who loses his memory, but when he sees certain things or people, i.e. the antagonist, it triggers flashbacks, which allows him to see his past life and makes him continue to solve the mystery about who he was and what happened to him and his loved ones.